Hello everyone, this is Dr. Zhao. Today I'm going to show you how nurse leaders can use Excel to run budget variance analysis so a nurse leader can understand why a hospital unit went over or under budget. We are not just calculating numbers, we are answering major leadership questions based on the variance analysis. So for example, was the variance driven by volume, wages, or acuity? Which factors were controllable and which were not? What actions would a nurse leader take based on the results? Let's start with the simple data sets that reflects what nurse leaders often receive. For example, we can have budgeted patient days. We can have actual patient days. We can have hours per patient day. We can have average hourly wage. Notice that this data doesn't explain anything. It only tells us what has happened, but not why it happened. And that's the reason why we need to have a variance analysis that can help us understand why it happens. Now let me open a very simple tool, Excel templates that I have provided to you, so you can see that how you can use this template to calculate the variance in practice. So we do not calculate variance manually. We always use a structured Excel templates, just like I have shared with you. In this way, we can reduce calculation errors. We can separate volume, price, and efficiency effects. We can also allow quick scenario testing. And in this template, like I've mentioned, you can only change the blue numbers, the numbers in blue. Do not change anything else because everything else is automated. So for example, the patient day in our original data set, we can see that the patient days, the budgeted patient day is 1,000. So for example, if we change it to 900, you can see that the total labor cost automatically change it as well. So let's go back to 1,000, which is the data that we retrieve from the original data set. And then when you enter all these blue numbers from the original data set, then you will see the total variance, which is the total labor cost here. So this is the total labor cost, which is we have budgeted. However, the actual labor cost is way more than the budgeted labor cost. There's a variance of 73,200 over cost, overpay that we have given to the assumed time frame. For example, if that's an annual expense. So this is unfavorable. But just keep that in mind. This is the total variance, but we still have to break it down so we can see, the volume variance. We can see the rate variance as well as the efficiency variance. So then we can understand, was this variance the total variance because we had more patients, or we have more longer patient stay, or we have paid higher wages, or used more hours per patient. So let's break down to the volume variance. So you can see that this is also automatic when you enter the data, the blue numbers in the first data inputs and formula table. Then all these numbers, blue numbers, are automatically calculated. So we can see that we have a volume variance which is 27,000, and this is well, in this case we put it as unfavorable, but reminder, in some cases it can be favorable. So for example, if you have more patients annually compared to a budgeted patient number, then that means you can attract more financially positive income just as your revenue. So here you can see that we have the volume variance formula listed here. So we use the actual patient days minus budget patient days and then plus budget cost per patient day. And then we can look at the price or rate variance. When we examine the price or rate variance, this measures the impact of paying more or less per hour than planned. So we need to think about how to multiply the wage differences by actual hours worked. And the price variance is important because we need to think about, is this happened because we paid at a higher rate due to the travel nurses, like we pay more to the travel nurses, or due to overtime, or we have to pay higher due to the market pressure. And in this case, we can see that we have a variance which is $21,450 overpay, which is unfavorable. And again, here's a formula that how we calculate the price rate or rate variance, just for your convenience. And then the last variance we would like to see is the efficiency variance. So the efficiency variance, sometimes called the acuity variance, is especially important for nurse leaders. It helps us understand how actual nursing hours used versus how many hours we should have used for the actual patient volume. So let's see that how we calculate the efficiency variance. So you can see that we use the actual hours minus the budget hours for actual volume, and then we plus the budget hourly wage. So this is how we calculate the efficiency variance. And then we have unfavorable efficiency variance in this case. So we have 24,750 overpay for in terms of the efficiency variance. So if this is unfavorable, then it may reflect maybe we have sicker patients, or maybe we have a poor throughout, or maybe we have efficient staffing models. And this is where clinical leadership decision can direct affect financial outcomes. Now let's open the summary and reconcile sheets. So by using the reconcile sheets, we want to double check if the sum of the volume variance, price variance, efficiency variance equal the total direct variance. All right, and then let's go to the last sheet, which is the sensitivity analysis. The sensitivity analysis usually gives us the strategic planning strategies that we can have. So usually the sensitivity analysis is adjusted by patient volume and HPD, PPD. So so um, So by reading the sensitive analysis result, we can ask what happens if volume rises again. So for your strategic planning, you should think about what happens if volume rises again. How many hours can we safely reduce? What is the most effective cost impact of acuity changes? And when we ask these questions, we move from a reactive explanation of the financial outcomes to the proactive strategic planning. So the major takeaway for this practice is, for especially for DMP prepared nurses, variance analysis is not about the Excel spreadsheets. Even if I offer you the Excel template, it's only a tool. But as a leader, as a nursing leader, the leadership insight comes from how we interpret the results. I hope this demonstration can help you finish your week 2 and week 3 assignments.